Hello everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Nori and this is Noreli's Colors, and I was coloring when my marker started to die, and I decided that I wanted to record a video to show you guys how I change how I refill the Copic markers. I am not a Copic professional. I am just a consumer, so I'm gonna say that first. I obviously just use these for my personal use, and I've learned over time. I have alcohol pads ready to go, so that way I was cleaning the end of the tweezer because they tend to, stain it, and then when you're trying to grab a lighter color or something, it'll be very visible. So this is lettuce green, YG09, and I bought the refill for this one very recently because this is one of the new ones, and for whatever reason I had just filled it up and it's already, well, not just, I mean I did color a lot with it, but I feel like it was very quick. So I don't know if my nib is getting dried out or what. So I'm going to put some ink on the nib, and then I'm going to grab, I like these new ones because they have like a needle point drip dropper. So you put the ink way more concentrated in there. So there we go. Clearly not gonna jam in my nib just now. I just want to see, because I don't know at this point if it's the nib or what, because it looks like it has plenty of ink. Yeah, it has tons of ink. So I think it was just my nib was pretty dry, and honestly you're not gonna know until you try to do this number. So that's a thing, right? So the nib was dry, not the actual pen. So it has plenty of ink. So I'm gonna jam that in there. Oops. Thankfully this has like a nice seal, so it doesn't just pop out the ink. So let me close that. And then let me clean my tweezers, because as you can see, it could be a bloody mess. And then, okay. So I'm just gonna leave that sticking up for a minute here, and then I'll test it on a page. I don't necessarily want to lay it down. Oops. I'd like to leave it kind of up. Let me prop it against something. It's not gonna work, so I'm just gonna use my pen holder. There we go. So I cleaned my tweezers, so I'm done with that one. So let me actually put that away. I have to put that away in a different container because I have these containers for my ink, my Copic ink. But with those long new ones, I need to find a new way to store them. So right now I just have them where I keep my, so this is the old ink. This is Cocoa Brown, various ink, much bigger, container. And then it doesn't have that nice needle point tip, so you got to be a little more careful. And Cocoa Brown is a color that I use a ton. It's a really good brown. It's a brown I really like. So it doesn't surprise me that it was ready to be filled. So I just squeeze and fill it up. As you can see, I'm gonna actually just pour some on This isn't something that I know any of the, this is not something from the manufacturer at all about pouring it on the nib like that. I just like to do that so I can make sure that the nib is completely saturated as well. And I'm gonna push it down, like pull down as much as I can. And then I'm cleaning the tip of that. And then I'm gonna, obviously it's a paper towel, so it's not gonna be like the best paper to test this marker in, but I like to at least dab it. Oops, that wasn't good. All right, let me grab my alcohol. So obviously you have to be careful, you know, and you have to have some alcohol with you to clean, because you need alcohol to clean alcohol markers. It's just the simplest way to do it. Water doesn't work, you know. Acetone will just burn the plastic. So you just have to have some alcohol. I just use the ones that's an alcohol prep pad. It's nothing crazy. It's what, 70% alcohol. If you buy just like a cheap bottle from the pharmacy, that works too. And I'm just going to, since I pushed it down, I'm just going to put it upside down for a second and just kind of let it sit there for a minute. I'm going to take this out of the way so I have like a clean, I'll leave that near, because I don't necessarily need, I don't need that color right now. I don't need any of that anymore. I think I'm good with that. So put that one away, and then I'll start with the last one. This is a new color I just got in, which is the begonia. I've been able to find them on Amazon, pretty inexpensive, but there's some colors that are super expensive. So because they're coming from a third party, so that sucks when I have to do that. This is the first time, obviously, I'm refilling begonia. It's a pink color, and I had to wait because it took a second to get it, like for it to be shipped. It was kind of weird how that worked. And I am just going to start filling on the pen, and then I'll do the tip in a second. This one hadn't run out on me since I purchased, because it's not one of the colors that I use all the time. You can get nibs as well to replace, as your nibs just need it. That's totally okay. I've replaced plenty of mine over time just from use and wear. They're kind of pricey. You get like 3 for $10 or something. So they're not really inexpensive, but they last some time, so you'll be fine. Oops. I squeezed a little too much in there. All right. So I didn't pay attention. I was talking and oops. I'm trying to teach you guys and I'm not being as careful as I can be, but it's okay. It's fine. I've been doing this long enough that I know how to clean it. I know how to take care of it, even though it looks a little messy right now because I'm trying to record this. Usually when I'm doing this, I'm by myself. I'm not trying to make a video. I'm just, you know, doing it for myself. So it's easier when you're not talking and you're paying attention. As you can see, that one was super empty because look at how much it took from this. I mean, it's going to tilt and you're going to see more, but it pretty much went down 3 lines. So this one was super dry. And it makes sense because I've never refilled this one since I've purchased it, and I've had it for a couple of years. All right, so pushed it all the way down. Clean it all around to make sure we're good. I'm gonna cap it, and then I'm gonna flip it upside down and just kind of let it sit there for a minute. And then I'm going to clean all the little excess, right? Because it's still pretty clean. I'm going to clean. And then I'm going to take the same alcohol pad to just clean the tip of the tweezers because they get the color. And then it went through the paper towel because it's just one layer. You could do double and you don't have to stress as much. But since I know I have the alcohol, I'm totally fine just doing that. And then I'm going to, I got myself an extra tissue there. And then what I like to do, because I haven't done it in a couple of days, is I like to like completely clean my desk with like 2 of these. Because I color on here, I write, I do all the things. I use it for my savings challenges and all that. So there's lots of dirt and grime. And especially if I'm going to be coloring, I like to make sure the pages don't get dirty. So let me get in here and clean it up. And there you have it. So there's no staining, no anything. It's pretty clean. My 3 markers are there just sitting. I'm just going to make sure my fingers don't have any ink. And then for good measure, I'm just going to grab this little tissue that I grabbed. And I'm going to just dry it. And as you can see, it's fine, even though there was ink on the desk. So that is how I refill my Copic markers. I was working on a little intro page that I was coloring from the Gabby Wolf Mania coloring book, volume 1. I got this last month and I shared it in my haul. Had dinner, so I'm still drinking my Coke Zero. And I was just coloring this page just to kind of see how I like the paper, you know, and how I feel like marker looks on here. It's always good to do like a small thing that's not so involved before you kind of dedicate a whole day to a page. So I was using the lettuce green to color here. And as you can see, that one was really light because I could barely get any ink out. And I genuinely just think it was because the nib was so dry. Because now it's a-okay with a little bit of ink that I added. And I saturated the nib. This Amazon paper is pretty thick though, and I feel like it sucks up the color of the marker a little too much, you know? Let me get like a nudie color for this little guy, the earthworm. You know how they have that like kind of like a peach toned skin tone look to them. So yeah, so I ooh, let me try the begonia color though. I'm actually gonna try that one since I just filled it up. It's a nice like purpley pink. Nothing crazy, but it's a good color. I still have a couple of markers, light hydrangea and mallow and dark brown that I need to order ink for. They're like to the side. I didn't order the ink because it was so expensive because it was coming from the third parties. So I might look at Blick Art and see if I save money ordering it there, even though I know I'll pay, like if I pay shipping, I might just add a couple extra pens or something. That way it might be cheaper to get it through Blick Art than buying it through Amazon. Because like, they're like, the refill inks are about $5, right? Or like $6 or something like that. And then if you get it from a third party, they're like $12-15 because obviously they're going to rip you off where they can. So because Copic has been sold out of some of the colors, I end up paying the third party. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $13 for something that I know that actually costs $5 or $6, you know? So since I need 3 more ink, I think it might be worth it to just go ahead and order it from Blick and then make it worth my time and order some new markers as well or something. I don't know. It just might be cheaper. Okay. Let me, you know what? I'm going to use the same like nudie pink color that I use for the earthworm for the center of these, just to kind of keep the colors limited. The back side of this has a lot of writing, and it has like a big image like with a border. Oops, forgot one. So I can see it coming through, but the regular images are single-sided, so that really won't be an issue. It's just these, because these are like part of like the intro of the book. I think I'm gonna do these little mushrooms orange, to use that orange that I have right there, and then I'll use like the light, I think it's called milk pearl white, that I have to do the under bits of the mushrooms. And that way I can kind of keep the color like palette kind of limited to the stuff on I used on the little characters on the bottom. I'm trying to not use like a million colors. I'm trying to limit my palette, so then that way I feel like I like to gravitate towards primary colors easily, like naturally. Those are the colors that I enjoy the most. And sometimes, you know, you want to have like more grown-up color tones and color palettes, and by limiting my colors, I tend to do that more. So this turned into a color and chat as I color and chat with you. Hope you got yourself a little tea, a little coffee, so you can enjoy your little time chilling with me. Yeah, so this is Pearl White E41. It's like this color right here. It's like a off-white. And it's just enough color that it's not white, but it's definitely not like beige, you know. And I'm going to draw a couple lines on the orange just to make it a little more, I don't know, je ne sais quoi, like give it a little something. All right, and then I'm going to grab the lettuce green that I just used to do these little clovers. Okay. And then I have to do my little ladybug. All right, I'm going to use lipstick red. And I'm going to use gray. I'm going to use the gray that I use for her. I'm going to use that gray for its little face and for its little legs instead of black. Because I feel like it's going to be so dark, it's just going to make everything disappear. All right. Very simple page, nothing crazy. This isn't like my most, you know, hard work here. I'm just trying to test out colors and see how I like it, you know. I have one of their color test pages. I cut it off at the back. I have a little plastic, you know, so this has an introduction of everything and tips for coloring. So it's really not, you know, that crazy, but what I am going to do is I'm going to color the bunny. Because I like this color for the bunny. So it's going to be pearl white for all my bunnies, even though that means they're not white. They're like an off-white. But I really like this. I don't want to do the little frogs in the back, because if I do the frogs in the back, it's going to come through the front here. So I'm trying to at least color one page in all of the books that I just picked up, just so I don't have books just sitting, not being colored in. And I want to color in these. Obviously, I got them for a reason, and I don't have like a huge collection of books. So it's pretty, you know, easy to go and use, you know, what I have. I'm going to use this orange for his shirt. And I'm not going to use green pants, because then that's going to make him look like a carrot. He's going to be a bunny dressed like a carrot. That's so funny. All right, so I'm going to do this nude. Not nude, excuse me, gray. Neutral gray is what I meant to say, because it's N. And then I'm going to get my pale pink, which is RV10, and use that for the little ears, inside of the ears. This one has a little bit more grayscale to it, so it looks a little, just a little more, I don't know. And this is grayed out, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this yellow to make it like a dark medallion. Volume 1. All right, so volume 1, I colored the little guy. And then I colored the intro page. I mean the title page, the name page. I'm not gonna color any of that because it's gonna go through. And then as you can see, they're all single page. So it's pretty easy. I really like this image. I really like the way I colored him. And he was, did I put all my colors away? He was hazelnut with cocoa, no, Caribe cocoa as the darker bits. That's what they were. But that's what he was. But that was a mixture. So let me put away some of these. Let me make sure everything's recording. Ooh. Clearly, I'm struggling because I keep hitting the freaking camera. And my markers are to the side. I didn't intend to end up coloring and doing this, but I'm already here and I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna keep going. So I am going to first color my little, he has a cup of coffee and the top of his little mushroom house. How freaking cute. Did I put my, okay, perfect. I am going to color mine. Start coloring these little bears. I don't even know if you can see. I think you can. All right. I love that he's sitting on top of his little mushroom house and he's drinking a cup of coffee. Like how How adorable is that? Just like, don't bother me. Leave me alone. I'm up here drinking my coffee. Give me some space. But yeah, here's his little friend just freaking like ignoring him and being like, what are you doing up there? Do you want some company? Like, no. I just came all the way to the top of this house and I'm trying to have my coffee in peace. And there's no peace being had because you're coming up here. That's a conversation I'd be having. Clearly, as you can tell, I'm quite antisocial. So yeah. How freaking cute. How freaking cute. I just want to scream. It's so adorable. You know when you get cute aggression? That's me. I get really bad cute aggression. I love all the cute things. But then your girl's constantly having cute aggression. Because I like way too many cute things. I love Hello Kitty. I love all the kawaii characters and they're all so cute. You just want to squeeze them. They're so cute. And of course, his little tail. I didn't know that bears had like a bunny tail. That's weird. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to question it. It's her creative world. But that was weird. I mean, it could be a little nub, I guess you can call it. Not like a... Could be the little nub they have, now that I think about it. It doesn't have to be like a bunny. But it looks like it. So I have 2 books that are uncolored from the new books that I got. So I feel pretty good about that. Because it's already mid-May. And I've colored in all of them. And I just got them in April, at the end of April. So I feel like I'm doing a good job about coloring them. And that makes me feel good. Because it wasn't like I just got them to sit in a shelf. I did purchase some in May. I haven't touched. But I feel like it's fair to leave those for next month. Since I purchased them this month. And if I can get to them this month, then awesome. But if I don't feel guilty because I'm giving myself a month to color in on them. So they have to get colored in the month of June. If I do that, I feel like I'm on top of it. And there's nothing wrong if you can't color in your markers. I mean, in your new coloring books. But I'm just trying to make a conscious effort to color and everything that I get, unless I'm obviously just collecting them to collect it. But I got 4 books from Bobby Goods, which I posted my haul. And then I got 1 book for I got the folklore one, the fairy tale and folklore book, but I feel like I shared it just at the beginning, so it felt like it was April. And I already colored in that one. And then I got a new book that was a gift from a friend. It's like a cute cozy book. I shared it in a video on Tuesday. So that book I just got as a gift. So I feel like I still have time as well. Alright, so my teddy bears are colored, so that's a start. And I don't have like any type of way of thinking how the sun is hitting it. So I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm just going to pretend the sun is high, and then I'll do like shadows on the bottom. I definitely feel like I need to pick the house color. Since I'm done with the browns, let me put these browns away. I'm trying to clean up as I go. That way I don't have a huge mess. And then I'm going to pick my red. I feel like I need to do multiple reds. I feel like I need to do light rouge is dead. Okay. I'm gonna do lipstick red, strong red, and coral red. I'm gonna do like the outlines with strong red, which is a really dark, potent, clearly strong red. I feel like I could do like the darker part of everything with it. Okay. I got really quiet because I was really focused. This paper is pretty thick, so the marker doesn't spread as easy as with some more inexpensive paper. Like this one's pretty thick. It's not smooth. It has definitely some toothiness to it, so it absorbs a lot of marker, but it doesn't bleed so bad. Okay. I like the way it's coming out. Do I want to do this one next? Yeah. It's a lot lighter, but it just kind of shows that the sun is hitting it from the top. At least that's how I view it. Then I have to do some blending. Just gonna use this color like around the edge, and then I'll use the other color in the middle just to kind of give it a little more, I don't know, make it a little more dimensional, not just like flat red, you know. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just want to give it a little light balance, you know, like light is hitting it, because it wouldn't be as red And I'm gonna cut the ladder, so it'll be fine. Oops. I need to continue on this side like this. Okay. And then this is lipstick red, which is R29. It's a bit confusing because it's very close to strong red, but not as muted, you know? Oops, I colored it a little, whatever it's called. The little mushroom bit right there. I don't like having the lighter red in there, so I'm just gonna color it all the way in. And I'm gonna have to color my little white bits here with white gel pen because I totally hit it with the red. It's gonna be almost impossible to get rid of, so I'm not even gonna stress. I'm just gonna go in with my really good quality gel pen, white gel pen, and just fill them in. All right, well, I gotta do the middle. Okay. Okay, while that dries, I'm going to color the ladder. And I'm gonna go with a really dark brown, burnt umber, because I don't wanna go black. I feel like it's way too stark. And I don't wanna go with a brown that's close to the bare because it'll blend in. Like having it be a very dark brown just makes it look very foresty and woodsy, cottagecore, but not necessarily like too striking. And it also hides the red that hit the ladder. cool. I just don't know how that's safe, but who am I? I am just going in with my Uniball Signal Broad White. And I am just coloring in the white bits to give it some texture and, you know, obviously color it, but also to cover the red that I used, that I hit by mistake when the color kind of spread. It did spread, what I was also very like just whatever about it. I was not careful. I mean, I know that sometimes, regardless of if you want to or not, it'll bleed. And it usually loves to bleed where it shouldn't bleed. Like when you want something to bleed at times to kind of spread color, it doesn't. And you end up finding yourself in a situation where like you're like, dang, I wish it would actually bleed right now so I could fill this spot. And it doesn't. You just have to be careful that you don't actually touch it after you color it in, because it will ruin your page. That's one of the things about gel pens, that you have to be very careful and make sure it dries. So I am going to color it, and I'm going to go to another section while it dries. So that's a good way to fix your mistakes. And I know some of you guys know that, but some of you guys don't. So that's why I'm sharing it. Because you might be somebody that already colors and knows how to color and has been doing it for a really long time, and you're just watching to watch it. But there might be somebody who's never colored and would like to. And this can help them not worry or stress about, we are not perfect. Nobody is. So if you see me making a mistake, you're going to see that it's okay when you make it, because you're going to be able to fix it. And I have to be very careful because I got to go over here. And my hand is dangerously close. Okay. Gotta go back over this one because I can see the red. So I have to dab it again. And you might have to do a couple passes, and that's okay. And you might then have to add black to like fill in where you might take away some black. But that's fine. That's a final detail though. That's something I could do at the very end. And I might have to add, like I said, a second layer. But for the meantime, I'm just adding it to let it dry. I got that. I got my little, so now I have the windows. So what color do I want to do the windows? You know, I don't necessarily want it to blend in. So I could do it like a burgundy, but then it'll be blending in. But I feel like that'll add a little more depth to it. So I'm going to go with Cardinal, which is a pretty dark burgundy red. And it kind of still keeps it in the same color family. I like it. Somebody may want to leave it white, but I don't want to leave it white because I don't want it to be such a huge contrast. The white little accents on the mushroom are enough. And then I'm going to do the same down here. Let me make sure the camera is recording. Yes. All right, just making sure. being careful not to touch the white that I colored earlier. So I'm trying to keep my hand far away. Okay. And I think I'm going to do a couple of little dots with the cardinal, just to give it some imperfection, you know, like it's an aged mushroom. I was going to say mushroom. Do you need to do that? Absolutely not. I want to do it because it makes me feel like I'm making it more interesting. You might be looking at it thinking you ruined it, but I think it adds a little bit more texture. That's the great thing about coloring. You can do whatever you want. And this book is really fun because this book has the same image twice. So if you want to try this image in a whole different colorway, you can. It's in the back of the book. So that's always really fun. I'm going to add a couple dots up here. Where he's sitting down. And then on the sides, that's plenty. And then I'm going to add a couple white dots. Oops. That's the one thing. It kind of dries on the tip, so you might have to like dab it on paper before you bring it in, you know. And this would be something that somebody would do at the very end. But I'm just trying to finish one whole mushroom here so I can see how I like it. And you don't have to do this in all of them. You could just do it in one or two. And then that's it. You know, you don't have to do it in all of them. You really don't. I'm kind of using a paper towel to like run the gel pen. I like it. You have to kind of twist it a little. And I bet you can't see what I'm doing because I'm probably right in front of the camera. There we go. How freaking cute! I love it. Okie dokie. I gotta get my hazelnut. Was it hazelnut? Yes, they're hazelnut. And I'm gonna color their little footsies a little. Because they got a little red in them. So I might just have to do a whole nother coloring of them. Just so the red can get kind of covered up. Because now it looks like they got boots on, so. Let me go ahead and do another whole pass. There we go. I still gotta color his coffee mug that he has up here in his little house. The fact that he ran away to his roof is the cutest thing ever. And the fact that he's chasing him is totally like believable. Because whenever somebody wants to be at peace, everybody wants to come and talk. At least that's what I find. I want to be quiet, and then people are like, oh, how are you? You're over here all by yourself. Oh. You're like, dude, it was intentional. Leave me alone. I can relate to Mr. Bear. And I'm going to grab this super duper light blue, baby blue that I have. It's called Pale Aqua. And I'm just going to use it to color in the window pane. Just very light color wash. Barely there. But it's not white because clearly it's in home. Ooh. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love how it came out. I love how the little bears are just popping out of the houses in color. You know, they just look so cute. And I'll do a second like round on those later. Ooh, that means that I need to do the darker bits because since they have 2 washes of the hazelnut, their colors kind of blended. So now I have to go in with Caribe Coco. I'm just making sure that was what it was. To make sure that these baddies are back to like their full strength. Look at how freaking cute, you guys. I can't. And I know you guys are probably thinking, like, ma'am, why are you so excited about some cute bears? But listen, I love me some teddy bears and I love coloring them. So this is like a double whammy right now. I get to color a cute teddy bear. And they're coming out so cute. And there's that little purple cup. And, okay, so that's the trunk of the home. And I am going to use warm gray, W1, to color the base of this mushroom. Because I'm not doing it red, obviously. So I'm going to finish one whole mushroom here with us. With you, I mean. And then you'll see this final project once I'm done at the end of the month. Because I know I'm not going to record the whole thing. But who knows, I might just be able to. Let's see how long it's been. Oh, we're going on an hour. I mean, I already picked all the colors out in the sense, so it could go quick. We'll see. We'll see when I get tired of coloring and need a break. So this is a warm gray. Just a little gray. I don't know where oh, there's like a little, maybe there are leaves falling. So I'm gonna pretend those are leaves because I don't know what else they could be. Why would there be 2 little, it's not like water is coming down, you know. It's just a weird thing there. This is lettuce green, the color that we filled up at the beginning of the video. Love it. It's so close to the little house. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me color this green and get it out of the way. Okay. Yeah, so I guess these are little leaves that popped out because they have the same one next to the bush over here. I'm gonna color these just to fill this space. Because I was letting that warm gray kind of dry just a tiny bit here so I can go back in and add like shadows to like where the, I don't know, the darker parts are. But if you do it while it's still kind of wet, it just kind of all blends in together. So you're gonna have to give it like a second at times to really, come on marker, I just filled you up. I don't like the streaks. Okay. Okay. There's more of that little bush over here. This is a tiny little house. So they're so cute. So that means this is a giant house. I think I should just accept that they're cute houses and stop thinking into it too much. But when I color something, I like to like imagine, you know, what it is and what it's about and all that stuff. That's why I also like reading, because you can get lost in the story, you know. Your mind just kind of goes and you see something and it triggers a memory. And then you're gone. Okay. And there's another one right here. I'm trying to like do all the things that are the same color. Just knock it out. Okay. I got all the bushes at least. There's more grass, but I'm gonna do that a different color. And then these are like darker, so I'll do them different. And then I don't know what the heck that is. Some type of something. All right, warm gray. So I'm totally gonna put some more here because I got a little green there and a little red there. Then I'm gonna do a line like so to kind of show that that's the shadow. Then I'm gonna do that where the creases are. And then at the bottom of this thing, okay, perfect. Like it. Just enough texture, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Okie dokie. I like it a lot. It's a good base to start this. And I'm gonna do the same color combos on all of them because they're all gonna be like a little family. Even the tiny little baby ones. Maybe the tiny baby ones are gonna be like a lighter red or something, but. And then I'm gonna do like a darker grass, and then I'll do a different green up there for that. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think I'm good right here. I'm gonna stop. I'm at a good stopping point. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. It's been nice. You got to see how I refill my Copics. You got to hang out with me and listen to me talk about my little imaginary world over here. And yeah, it's been nice. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.